Caudwell Children. I'm at the Royal Hampton Court Show, and we're showing off our garden here, which will be shown at the KIC, Caudwell International Children's Centre. So, do you want me to tell you about the garden? Yeah? So we're here, and we've created this fantastic sensory garden. So here we have, at the beginning, we have an area which doesn't have too much sensory overload. So it starts off where there's very little colour, and as you can see here, we've got paving stones that are really big, so that we're having an entrance so that the kids can actually see where they're actually going into. And this is a really exciting piece here. So when we did the consultation with the kids, and they wanted to be like Superman, so what we created was this rock that they could actually push around, and they wanted to say, I want to be Superman. So this is just a fantastic piece, and look at all the sensories as they're pushing it around. They've got sand on the floor so they could take the shoes off. And we had the kids come in yesterday, and one of the children just ran in here, took his shoes off, and he was touching all of these pieces on here. And it was cool, and it was hot in different areas, and he was just having the time of his life. And over here, as you walk through, this will grow. And so in the summer, this will actually grow up and it will actually close here. And the idea is that we've got spaces that they have lots and lots of sensory, and other areas where they can actually go to so they can have a quiet space if they wish to do so at their own discretion. So this will grow over and they can jump in and just have a quiet time. And there's another quiet time space over here as well. And it's really lovely that this is a show garden. But when it gets taken up to Staffordshire, so where we've got our new centre, this will be reimagined. So in here, we've got a beautiful cedar tree that's been hollowed out. And this is another quiet space. So this will be also put off in an area where they've got really lots of lovely things to do, but they can actually come. And again, we've got hollowed out the knolls so that they can see in first, and then they can see where they're actually going. But then they can run through. And again, the kids that came to test this out did exactly that. But when they go in, they get some beautiful smells of the cedar. And as the day goes on, the cedar gets stronger or more less strong. It's so beautiful. And they'll come from, again, an area that's not got too many plantings in, and they'll go through to an area that's got more colour. And as you can see, we've got fruit, so they can learn about the fruit. They can learn about the different trees. And then the other thing that the kids actually wanted was areas that they can get up high or actually get low, so they can actually see where they're going. And that's the important thing about autism, that the children can know where they're actually going to first, and then decide whether they want to go into that area. So as the garden moves through, it gets more and more detailed. So I'll take you up into one of the nests. Go into this nest here, or do you want to climb into this big one up here? That's what I like to do. So let's just this is what the kids actually wanted to do. So here we've got a trampoline. You're going to want me to test this out? So I knew you'd want me to do that. So this is a really fun space that the kids wanted. And the really fun thing is that we can actually push a child in a wheelchair onto this space as well. So they never get to feel what it's like to bounce, and they wanted that feeling. All of this idea has come from the children, and that is so important. And then the designers re-envisaged their ideas. So this is an exciting piece. The kids got straw and made straw nests, and they said, we want to sit as a group. All the kids wanted to sit as a group, and they wanted to climb into a nest and have their own space, so that they could actually either sit down here and have fun, or climb up into here and have their own fun session. And you're going to have to climb up with me. Are you all right? Yeah. And what we've actually got in here is, look at this. This is a talking tube. And there's another nest over there, which is at a low level, which both of them will have wheelchair access. And they've got low level, and they can talk to each other. So one child can be in here, and the other child can be the other, and they can actually talk to each other and communicate. Or we can have a group of kids in here, and a group of kids in there, and they can chat about things. So how fun's that?
Hey, what's next?
So, then what we've got, I mean there's so much things. We've got all the smells in the garden, we've got the rocks in the garden. Here what we've got here is the kids again wanted another space, and this is really cool inside of here. So this is a hollowed out rock, and they wanted to be able to get in on their own, cuddle up and actually just have another quiet space. But again, in an environment that is full of colour, full of smells, full of things that they can touch and learn. And over here, this is a really exciting. So here we've got, if you can look underneath there, we've got a mushroom cave. So it's about teaching the children that it's not just the things that are above the ground, but also what goes on below the ground too. And the other thing is, and this will be slightly reimagined in the new building, but we've got, and when it's quiet, we've got lots of people in the garden at the moment, but when it's quiet, the sound of water. So we'll have a very, very shallow area of water, and it's the sound of running water. And we had the kids in here, and we were talking about how to feel calm and how to use music and how to, what to listen to and what it made them feel like. So if they were feeling anxious, what sort of music would they go to? And how would they do that? But also the swings. So we've got a young lady on the swing there, and what does that make them feel like? And it's about actually asking them and letting them learn. But we'll also have a wheelchair access swing as well. We haven't got the room to have everything here, but it just allows people to understand. But I think the exciting thing about this garden is it's for anybody. Anybody can use this garden, anybody can actually access it, and anybody can see what a difference it actually makes. And the other lovely thing, which I keep saying, is we had the parents here with the kids, and over by the log, one of the parents just, as one of the children was just playing in the water, one of the parents laid back and went, "I feel so calm. I feel so wonderful. This is exactly what I want to do." And that's the sensory feeling I want to do, because it's wild, because it's beautiful.